Ah, hi Farah. Oi, hello. Oh, there's no music. Felt empty for a second. All right, chat. Well, we're back. Based on what I can tell, it again the stats website is weird because it updates 2 days later, not the same day, and also because I play from midnight to 3, and the stats are technically from the day before, but the stats update at 3:30 in the morning. I still don't know what we're officially at, but we're still at 90.6, so we should be probably at about 92 by now. Hi, Lynx. Ugh. Nothing will stop my Arc Raiders obsession. Motherfucker, I have like 30 hours in Arc Raiders already. I am... that game's got me hooked. I don't even PvP that much. The game is just... Meanwhile, I'm sitting here playing fucking... I'm kidding. I love Dead by Daylight. I love this video game. Also, chat, I don't know exactly what to call them, but the people who own the house I live in, they're not my landlords, technically. But anyways, they got a couple dogs, a couple new dogs. They are currently in the room below me. So if you hear any whining or, like, barking, it's probably them. And I apologize in advance. Oh. I thought these already existed. What? Thank you for the 250. I thought this was already... Wasn't this already in the game? Was it not? Am I Mandela affecting myself? I genuinely thought these were already in the game. I just thought people didn't like them very much for some reason. Oh, hang on a second. I'm calling it now. Calling it now. What is this? That top? No, that top. Where is it? I'm calling it now. This is what you're going to see everywhere on Sable's now. Calling it now. Sable finally has pants. Yeah, but no one's going to wear the pants. She has pants. Oh, that's a Siri skin. Never mind. Never mind. Siri has pants. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is the fit you're going to see. I can almost promise you. J1's actually pretty good. Wait. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of weird. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's weird how it... Oh, it actually goes really good with that. Wow. Wow, this goes good with, like, everything, every Jane cosmetic. Wow. Good job, behavior. Goes with the jeans. It goes with the skirts. Good job, behavior. Nice guy. Ugh. Well. Well. Damage 5 gens. Destroy 5 pallets. Earn 30. Sacrifice or kill 3 survivors. Hooray. Okay, chat. We promised today, since we used, like, the least brain power build yesterday, we're gonna use the most brain power. It's colder than a witch's blood where I am. I've had to wear 2 pair of long pajamas with a hoodie on top of things. It's only November, by the way. Because I agree, it's cold as fuck where I am. We still got at least 4 more months of this, and it's not even the worst shit. Okay, chat. Alright. Before we do perks... What Springtrap add-ons require the most thought? The most brain power, where I gotta Jimmy Neutron this shit. Which one is it? Would it be access panel? I think it would be access panel. Bloody global cooling. Office phone? You guys just want me to run office... Fine, fine, we'll run office phone. We don't have too much longer. Office phone is about to be dead and buried, so fine. Fine, I'll run office phone. Fine. Help wanted, Ed. Yeah, that would be the least thought. It just aims for me, pretty much. Okay, and then perks. We need the most, like, brain-inducing or brain-blasting perks of all time. I'm thinking Disillusion for one of them. I'm thinking Disillusion because that requires me to play a palette a certain way, and then I have to think about when I'm going to recall the axe and what position I am on the palette versus them, what palettes are nearby. So yeah, I'm thinking Disillusion for one of them. Whispers. You're so right. Whispers. Gotta triangulate where they I do a fucking equation. I gotta do what Ellie did in The Last of Us season or The Last of Us Part 2 season 2, whatever it was. Play with your food. Oh, that's a good one. Whiff. Whiff. All Shaking Thunder, I would like it to still be useful. I get the logic and I'm not disagreeing with you, Lynx. I would just at least like it to at least do something. That's sorry. Machine learning? Maybe. I don't know about machine learning. Also, I should have thrown Deerstalker into that build last night of, like, not thinking. You really don't think with this. No quarter. I don't have to think for no quarter. It just kind of happens. Let me rephrase that. No quarter happens if it happens, you know. Unbound? I don't think Unbound would really be... Because it's like, hit them and then vault or don't. Like, I don't think it's too much thought. There has to be something. There has to be. And why does Wandering Eye have to be 20 meters? Why can't it be 30 meters or something? Why can't it be more? Remember Me? Well, no, Remember Me would be more like they just do the gates slower. I mean, there's the thought process of, like, if the obsession's on the gate, but, like, at that point, I don't feel like I'm doing much. It's just like, if obsession's on the gate, stop. I mean, if anyone's on the gate, stop them, you know? Insidious? Maybe? How do we feel about Insidious? Because the thought process would be like, do I stand still and get the Insidious proc? Do I not? Do I keep following them? Do I wait for them to come back? Do I use Insidious at, like, nearby the hook or right on the hook? Do I wait at a choke point with Insidious? Yeah, I think Insidious is, yeah. What this build is... This is a build! This is definitely a build. Ignore that Whispers and Office Phone kind of counteract each other. Ignore that. Ignore that little tidbit. We don't have to think about that. Oh, dear God. This is going to go wonderful. I'm going to win all my games today. I swear... I swear if this somehow, like, works out and it's actually, like, genius. I mean, we found a lot of perks that shouldn't work on Springtrap. Or at least not that shouldn't, but that a lot of us thought wouldn't work on Springtrap doing this. You said you'd main Pyramid Head next, right? Yeah, Pyramid Head's the next 100-hour killer. He, demonstrably won that poll. I did not realize that he was the only licensed killer in that list. That was not the plan, I swear. It just kind of happened that way. Because if I find the post now... There it is. I haven't even checked this poll in for... Yeah... Mr. Pyramid Head won that by, like, up for a pretty substantial amount. I just love that Kursu got 10%. That's funny. You mean oh yeah, right. Sorry, my next main is James Sunderland, the notable killer that was brought to Dead by Daylight from Silent Hill 2. James Sunderland. Yes. Yeah. Can't wait to see you ramp your sensitivity up to 500%. What is my... Would it be controls? I mean, it's at 50% at the moment. So we'll see. I remember when Chucky dropped, I actually lowered it to 20% for a while there. Because I use my wrist, I don't use my arm, so I usually put my sensitivity lower because of that. Anyone who's played FPSs seriously understands that. If you aim with your wrist, you lower your sensitivity. Otherwise, your mouse will go fucking from here to here. Like, I barely move my mouse for that. So what's the build? We're doing the Brain Blast build. That's what I'm going to call it. It's everything we could think of that requires me to, like, think a bunch while I'm playing. Because that's a good idea. But we got Insidious, Play With Your Food, Whispers, Disillusion, Office Phone, and Access Panel. There is, like, no synergy with this build at all. None. Zero. Absolutely nothing. It's fine. It's fine. It's uncomfortable and unnatural. I said the same thing for a while. League of Legends was actually a good, League of Legends is actually a very good starter game, ironically, to get into PC gaming. Because you don't have to worry about WASD in that game. Well... Okay, you do now, because it's an option. But, back then, it wasn't, so you just clicked with your mouse. Some things were a little, like, impractical. Also, Whispers is going off. Someone's nearby. Took her a minute. I have access panel. I forgot I have access panel. Are you shitting me? So, fun fact about Springtrap's axe. I've mentioned this before. So, the hitbox is... The hitbox is actually in front of you. So, it's actually in front of your arm. God, I love RPD. I actually really don't mind this map. I like the consistency of this map a lot. Oh, damn. Also, they have 3 gens almost done. I haven't even had... I barely had a chase, I feel. Wow, what a rough first match, chat. Damn it! Yeah, I finally got it down after 3 gens popped. Great. Yeah, that's why you can't... So, okay, so let me explain this. We're losing this match anyways. So with Springtrap's axe, his arm is slightly... His arm is slightly in front of where the axe should be. Like, his arm is holding the axe out, so if they're up close to you, you will not get the axe hit. Because the hitbox is not there. Do you think she drops back down? Hold up, I'm committing to this. Wasn't the plan, but that's funny. Oh, she finally took it out. They should fix that? No. So the thing is, the only way to fix that would be to, the only way to fix that... The only way to fix that would be to make the axe hitbox different, and I don't want that. I like the axe hitbox how it is. I think it is perfectly fine. And if they fix it... Task failed successfully. Oh, it is possible. I am not using whispers at all. I feel like I am, but I'm also not. Also, I haven't seen Steve, except that head-on chase. Thank you, Steve. Well, that works for me, Steve. Could you imagine if I still somehow win this? Is Whispers a bad perk on RPD? I don't run it enough to know. Like, genuinely. Oh, really? I thought for sure they'd be out here. And I keep my stack, Nia. Thank you. It doesn't matter. It's in-game, and who cares?
Go on. Scream.
Now we wait. It's a bad perk for... Whispers is uncounterable. Yeah, strapping yourself into Springtrap's face while he's holding the axe up is a perfectly valid strategy. He can't land it. He would have to aim, like, directly at his feet, but even then it's possible that it doesn't hit. Do you think they know I'm here? Yeah, good luck timing that. Oh, he didn't go for that door, huh? I can't believe I got a kill out of that. That's genuine confusion that I got a kill out of that. He would have to shove it, like, he would have to, like, jump very, 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 very close into my thing to do it, though. I'm gonna take him to this one. This is a much better hook.
Up you go.
And now we witness the struggles of, just use ultimate weapon. I mean, Whisper, again, though, Whispers is uncounterable. Conspirit doesn't stop it. My one problem with Whispers is this right here. It's gonna keep saying activated because, the hook person is here. Are they gonna come for it? They're not opening the doors for some reason. This is what Insidious was made for, chat. Hi, Nia. My Steve. Can she even get this? Is this even possible? What a dumb hook placement. I never realized this. Oh, that was good. They played it well, though. Also, what 77 hook or 70-second hook timers does to a motherfucker. Is she just gonna give up now? Isn't the in-game of Dead by Daylight so interesting? And the fact that this can technically go on forever is so dumb to me. Do it. Because here's what's gonna happen. Who goes for it? Did they open the other door? How was that a 3K? I don't even have words. How? How? The magic of Office Phone. I don't even understand how that was. Like, that was very clearly only going to be a 2K. Very clearly, very obviously only going to be a 2K. If they just left. If they just let the Steve die, it would have been a 2K. But no, they had to go and save the Steve, and I was able to get the Nia. Then when Nia was on the hook, even though she's in, like, the worst possible hook spot she could be in that would guarantee a down on at least one other person, because I was blocking the doorway and the window can only take one person at a time. And then the Nia, when she got unhooked, went to the other door that was farther away that also wasn't open. Why? Why? I don't know why this one makes me so mad. It shouldn't. This shouldn't make me mad, but it genuinely does. This makes... That match makes me mad. The result of that match makes me mad. I am sorry, chat. I don't crash out much. I don't know why. Like I won the match. Like I shouldn't be crashing out. Why did they make this a 70? Darth. They said it was to compensate for the increased gen time to 10 seconds. That's why they did it. I don't think they realized the repercussions of that action, but it's been in the game long enough now that I don't think it's going anywhere. I just don't... And before someone brings up, these are the survivors' behaviors catering to. Before someone's like, oh, that's the survivors they're catering to. There was nothing in that match that the new tunneling system would have fixed. Everything that happened there was either hook trades, camping, which in-game, camping and in-game. The only thing would maybe be the Cheryl that I tunneled, but that was more than 30 seconds. So, like, if those are the survivors Bay was catering to, they're not even catering to them. There's nothing there to... Like... What the fuck? I am... Seems like behavior really needs to get survivors infinite endurance and in-game and instantly heal from deep wounds since killer is too oppressive. Like... That right there was just them being stupid and altruistic. Now, do they care? I don't know. I genuinely, like, they could have just been fucking around. Who knows? But the thing is, like, that match is now a stat. Right? That match was a 4K as Springtrap on, or a 3K as Springtrap on RPD. With access panel and office phone. That is now a stat. Moving on. God, that shouldn't upset me, but it does. I don't know, maybe killer players should stop trying. Again, that shouldn't make me mad. I don't know why it, like, kinda is. The Animarch... The Animart looking for match. Okay, cool. That's good to know. It's good to know the Animarch is looking for match. The Animar. Animorphs. Animorphs. It's Animorphs. I don't even know what else I could say. I don't even... Also, back to the Whispers discussion, though. I will say Whispers, again, is... It is simultaneously the best tracking perk and also the worst. The Animator. The Animator. What's that stupid Gravity Falls joke? Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna DMC after this. Hell yeah, someone's got the clip. Let's go.
Those monsters are just tiny clay figures moved around one frame at a time by an antisocial shut-in.
Those people are called animators.
It gets me every time. It's just how fast it is. How would an interaction between Alan Wake and James go? I don't know. They both lost their wives to, like, unknown forces. The Predator, the Terminator, the Animator, my favorite sorts. He's the fun one. He is the fun one, Doctor. He is the fun one. Hawkins, look at that. Another indoor map. That's two. That's two in a row, chat. Can we make it 3 after this match? Drop it. Drop it. Don't you just love how Disillusion kind of puts him in a lose-lose situation where no matter what he does? I was gonna laugh if she had, Oh, she did give me, play with your food, though. I meant to throw it. Ah. I'm getting rusty, chat. You can parry everything with it. Got sent down to F tier with why can you parry his chains? I don't know what they're doing with Pinhead. Maybe they're trying to make Pinhead like really bad on purpose so the license holders get like a notification where it's like, yo guys, people hate Pinhead. Maybe you guys should let us have the license again. That one lands. Oh, drop this one too, please. Are you... If I still somehow win this one too, chat, I'm so done. Works for me. I need my fucking...
Exquisite.
They're gonna go for her. Then they proceed to Giga buff Pinhead. That would be hilarious, like, honestly speaking. Hi, Ace. Drop it. What? Ugh. God, do I love fucking Hawkins. I missed it by like he did it like a half second too soon. Yo, greed. Yo, greed. It stifles you.
Wait there.
Ugh. I want her on this side. Oh, does she know?
There is no escape.
Eddie, you gotta get better at these, I feel. Did Pyramid Head's cages give 30 seconds of endurance in the PTV, or is it just... I actually don't know. 100% honest with you? Hang on a second. Alright, Fong, what's the plan now? Oh, you guys are making this much harder for the Ada, aren't you? Ooh, could you fucking imagine? Yeah, now what? I got disillusioned. I'll take the 2K. When it works, man, it's fun. GG's. Should they buff this? No, God, no. Buffing Disillusion would make it too strong. I don't even know how you would buff it. Oh, Ace had Deliverance? That's unlucky. Oh. And they're gone. Let's go. Make it break window.
It's me again.
Syringe, dressing, we're gonna live forever, aftercare windows. Background player, life deja vu windows. And extend it to 30 seconds. I would be cool with them extending the timer. The reason why it's 3 seconds is so the killer can't just hit you immediately, and then the killer can't just hit you immediately, you vault a pallet and it's gone. That's the reason why they made it 3 seconds. I understand why there's a 3-second window. I think it's necessary, unfortunately. Because if you're playing a killer like, who's a killer who can double tap really well? He is here. Yeah, if you're playing a killer like Deathslinger, Deathslinger could just disillusion you over the pallet, walk around the pallet immediately, you drop it, and then he just gets the down. Skull Merchant, Huntress, there's so many killers that would be able to do that. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. Like, I don't know. Huntress, Scully. It would be different, like, so there's, like, that add-on for Pyramid Head that, like, breaks the pallet. The difference with that is that, you're not stuck in the vault animation. Yeah, and Huntress, yeah. Plague can do it too, can't she? In theory, anyways. Freddy, who can't even use Dissolution. I feel so bad that there's some perks Freddy just can't use. I feel so bad. Like, Freddy can't even use Disillusion, I don't think, because you're oblivious the whole time, so you're never in his terror radius. Am I wrong with that? Well... Yeah, right? Unless you're awake, but if you're awake, then he didn't just hit you. He'd have to hit somebody and then go chase somebody who's not asleep, and they have to vault the pallet within those 20 seconds. Knight can do it too. Knight's a little different because the double taps work, but yeah. Even like Xenomorph. Could you imagine if it was instant? Xenomorph could hit you while you're vaulting the pallet breaks immediately, and then she just comes up and M1s you. Or can Do y'all really want Kin Kaneki to instantly be able to break pallets because you have the audacity to vault over it? Do y'all really want that? Picture this. Picture this. You're playing a map, or you're playing a match of Dead by Daylight. You spawn in. Kin Kaneki has Lethal Pursuer and Disillusion. He runs up to you. He gets his auto hit. But luckily, you drop the pallet, so you're all good and clear. But once he gets the auto hit, you then proceed to vault the pallet because it has no 3-second timer. The pallet instantly breaks and he M1s you to death. That's why it has the 3 seconds. That wasn't me trying to belittle you. I apologize if that's what it came across as. I'm just making the point that's why it has it. It is a fast vault. It has to be a fast vault, right? Fast vaults, yeah. There's a counter. You could technically slow vault it. No one's doing that, but you can. You can totally do that. Those people are called animators. I'm so fucking done, chat. Only an hour into stream and already done. I wonder if the stat page updated. Hang on, let me check. Nope. So far, this random ass cobbled ass together build has gotten me, what? A 4K and a 2K? Let's go. Alright. Ghoul needs more perks. Let him run Save the Best for last. He can run Save the Best for last. Play with your food. Oh, okay. Actually, wait a second. No, hold up. I don't even know how that works with him. I could ask somebody. Do you lose a play with your food stack with a leap? It's not a damaging attack, so I don't think you do you? You shouldn't. You done with this mess of a game? I mean, good on you. Who's my obsession? Becky? Okay, hang on. Now I'm curious. Hi, Becky. Bye, Becky. Okay, I didn't lose it. No! You don't lose it for leaping. I know the answer, but why is no one playing Ghoul with play with your food? Yeah, you don't lose your stacks for leaping. And Ghoul has the map mobility to, like, risk, like, not go... Where did Becky go? I want 3 stacks. 100 hours of Ghoul is gonna be so good. Where the fuck is Becky? Where did she go? Identity V is doing pretty good. There you are, Becky. Yes, give me my 3rd stack, Becky. I want to zoom. I want to zoom, Becky. Zooming. Okay, you do lose it on the auto hit. Why do I always try to mind game the bots? Why do I think it's a good idea, like, ever? And I'm doing it again, out of habit. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, if that's how you feel for the... Why am I still here? We figured out the thing we need. So, yeah, apparently you don't lose stacks on the leaps. So if you played M1 Ghoul, or just Ghoul in general, play with the food might not be a bad pick. Die of Death is a personal favorite. I don't know. I have a feeling we'll get some good ones. I still think, like, the biggest contender we had for the ASM genre was still Evolve. No, it's fine, Lynx. If they're just venting, it's fine. I get it. Have I tried Vault King build for... Darth, what is the Vault King build? Is that Unbound, Superior, Bam, and Fire Up? I'm assuming? And then Poster and something else? Evolve had one very big problem, and that was Electronic Arts. And also Turtle Rock's fucking hubris. I don't know, a friend of mine was showing me Identity V, and it kind of blew my mind, like, how much shit is in that game. I don't only play it because nothing competes with it and it sucks. I play this game because I enjoy it. Poster and plate? Okay. Yeah, I think that's similar to this game. Yeah, not this one. Where's my grab build? Yeah, similar to this. I just throw genetic and play with your food on it instead. But Unbound, Superior, plate, and poster. The idea is get stacks from play with your food from the obsession, and then once you're at 3 stacks, you find the you find somebody, you hit them with the axe before they vaults. Genetic limits make sure they can't life away. You vault through it with Superior Anatomy. Unbound activates. You get the movement speed from that, and then get the grab and save your stacks. Identity V is worse? I mean, maybe. It seemed alright from what I saw. I haven't played it, so I can't really say yes or no on it. Damn, my vape's out of juice. Or not juice, but battery. But no, as much as like sometimes I get frustrated at the game, I still enjoy it. For all the misgivings, I think the game is still in an alright spot. It can be miserable, sure, but like every game is miserable. But it's objectively a bad game? I wouldn't say that. I don't play Roblox. I appreciate it, Darth, but I don't play Roblox. But it's miserable. I mean, again, it's miserable at times. That's why, like, for me, I play it for the moments, not for, like, the outcomes. It's like earlier, I was crashing out because I was crashing out over a win earlier. Not even because the match was miserable or anything like that. I was crashing out because I should not have gotten a 3K. It's only DBD. Funny enough, it's because, especially on the killer side, it's a more, even on the survivor side, to be fair, DBD is a much more personal game. Almost everything that happens in this game is very, for lack of a better word, intimate. What? Oh. All right. That's not fully true, Lynx. I think there are such things as objectively bad games, but they're not the games a lot of people would consider them to be. Again, the game definitely has its issues. I won't disagree with that. A lot of issues. Oh, that was a good dodge, Ripley. She played that perfectly. Okay, there's no hook here, so I have to do this. I think she knows I have to do that. I think the exception to the whole basement thing should be Bad Ham. I think the basement should always spawn in the preschool in Bad Ham. I don't know. I never learned how not to get mad as killer. I don't know what to tell you necessarily. Okay, I guess I'll play nice this match. Made things worse for you. I mean, again, but that's the thing. That's like an individual, personal thing. Is he missing the skill checks? I think he is. I guess I'll just let the others go. I'll be a voyeur. I'll be a voyeur. I mean, that's that's also obviously the easier solution, Darth. just put a hook inside main. That would be great. Just gonna get this guy out of the match real quick. Are you still here? I saw your scratch marks. I don't know, you just take it as it goes. Same thing back in my League days. Like, I used to get very mad at League. That stopped after a while. You just kind of play the game, don't worry about the outcome so much, and just worry about, like, the moments. It helps a ton. It's the Dead by Daylight community. I mean, no offense in saying this. I'm used to it. You're fine. Whispers? That means they're in here. See? Whispers being useful. He doesn't have life. I was like, I mean, fair enough.
Your struggle will end.
It's Call of Duty? That is very not common. I think I've heard more crash outs from Call of Duty players than any other game. Even fucking League. League crash outs are just kind of funny, though. Again, maybe it's just because I stream the game mostly, but it's like, I don't know, like, I find my fun where I find my fun. I like trying dumb builds, seeing what works, like, going as in-depth as possible as I can on certain characters. Seeing what they're capable of, seeing what's possible. Oh, you just ran the fuck away. Okay. Wow, is Play With Your Food secretly kind of OP on Springtrap? Okay. Made the killer a more pleasant experience? That's the thing, I don't know. Like, obviously, like pallet density, you could, like, revert that. That might help, but even then, I don't think that fixes anything because people were complaining before that. I don't know. Like, basically, like, all the things that people suggest to make Killer's experience more enjoyable almost always comes at the sacrifice of making the Survivor experience more miserable. And vice versa. That's the problem with an ASIM. I don't know what the solution is. It's like, well, make the gens take longer, and add base kit pop, and add base kit barbecue and chili. Alright, cool. Well, now the game takes longer, and survivors feel like all of their progress means nothing. And then it's like, that feels miserable to play against. And then on the survivor end, it's like, oh, well, just make, on the survivor end, it's like, oh, just make, just give them 30 seconds of not being able to be hit. And it's like, okay, well, now the killer experience feels miserable. It's like, oh, well, they don't have enough pallets. All right, so add more pallets. Well, now the killer experience feels miserable. Okay, we'll put less pallets on the map. Now the survivor experience feels miserable. Well, the problem with the weaker killer thing is, like... Oh, I thought she would take the window. I don't know where the fuck my head is. I'm thinking. I'm thinking, chat. I don't know, it's just like, I don't know what the solution is. Remove flashlights? Why flashlights specifically? Because I don't agree with that, because by that logic, Call of Duty shouldn't have flashbangs, and I don't like that at all. Oh no, it would still be miserable even if there was communication in solo queue. I can almost promise you it still would be. I know this because every other game with a solo queue and comms is also miserable. That's just the unfortunate state of, you know, putting a bunch of random people into a group and telling them, hey, complete this task. I mean, I kind of agree Hatch should probably be removed. I don't understand why it's still in the game at this point. It's supposed to be a last-ditch thing where it's like, okay, the last survivor gets out, you know? So... idea, if you die in the game, you die for real. It slowly whittles out the weak-willed survivor. I mean, that kind of already happens. Matchmaking is the bigger issue, in my opinion. The problem with that is there's no perfect solution to matchmaking. Everyone wants different things from matchmaking. That's always the problem. It's always been the problem. Some people don't want matchmaking to take into account anyone's skill or playtime or anything like that. Some people want matchmaking to only take playtime into account. Some people only want it to take skill into account. And then what determines skill? In a game like Dead by Daylight, it's very hard. In other games, even then, it's still hard. Are you in a locker? It's like, oh, well, skill on the survivor side is how long you last in chase. Okay, cool. What if you're playing against a hit-and-run killer? Then what? What's the determining factor then? Because you're not going to be in chase much against a hit-and-run killer. Can I see the... Yeah, like, here's another good example. Like, this Adam literally, like, there's nothing you can do here unless he has a key. A base kit rage mode? What, like from VHS? I mean... I know people have toyed around with the idea of making, like, no-ed base kit, but I don't know. Did I just see him? Or was that me flicking my mouse near the hook? It's only bad when people don't give callouts or don't talk. Yeah, but the thing is, even in games like that, like, I played Siege for years. Even in ranked matches, some people wouldn't talk. And it sucked. It did, but, like, you can't make people talk. What if we all just stop being mean to each other and nerf Skull Merchant? First off, we're buffing Skull Merchant, so clearly we should all just be mean to each other by that logic. And second off, that would be great. That would be incredible. But we all know. Like, these guys didn't have a fun match. And it wasn't even necessarily my fault. They didn't have a fun match because they had an AFK teammate. What, the ping system? Yeah, but the ping system is very unreliable. Okay, now I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad now. Motherfucker brought in Vigil, Quick Gambit, Sprint Burst, Empathetic Connection, and he just AFK'd. That's kind of hilarious. So what the problem with multiplayer games is the people. Clearly the solution is to remove the people from the multiplayer games. I don't know, it's just like... Are we about to go on like a 20-minute rant about this? I'm still just gonna keep playing to play. It's just like... I don't know what like the... I'll do the vault build though while I'm thinking about it. I have barely been using this build. We've kind of been playing with just Disillusion, if I'm honest with you guys. Dark Arrogance or Fire Up for the vault build? Oh, Bennett rant. That's not a rant. It's just, you know, they're fucking Bennett yapping. It's just, like I said, it's like... People say they hate skill-based matchmaking, right? Everyone says they hate skill-based... And I'm not talking Dead by Daylight specifically. I'm talking like the gaming community as a whole says they hate skill-based matchmaking. But whenever a game comes out that doesn't have skill-based matchmaking, it either, one, doesn't last that long, or B, people get frustrated when they play it because there's one guy who's, like, running the entire game, basically. No Unbound? I would rather have Unbound with this, if I'm honest with you. If I had to pick between Dark Arrogance or Fire Up, which one are we doing? They can't be Palisade and Rage Mode deactivates. That can be interesting. Like, VHS had a lot of cool ideas that I wish Dead by Daylight would kind of steal, quote unquote. Who was I talking to about? I forget. I think it was Kassir. I don't remember. I was talking to somebody about it where VHS had, for people who didn't play it, it had a terror radius system like Dead by Daylight does. I forget what it was actually called in VHS. I just called it the terror radius like everyone else. But if you hit a teen, anyone within that terror radius would be incapable of doing anything for like 4 seconds. They couldn't craft, they couldn't use their items, they couldn't vault, anything like... Actually, I think they could still vault. And I've always wanted that system in Dead by Daylight. I feel like the fact that survivors, like... The fact that once you hit or down a survivor, if you pick them up, for that entire time that they are being taken to the hook, all the other survivors are in the safest place they can be. They can do a gen right in your face with no consequence. Has always bothered me. For purple guy drawing, I like paper plate. It keeps the axe in them longer. I prefer it. Leads to more grabs, especially with Unbound. I think it's funny. Also, we are running low on Celebrate posters. Holy shit. God, I love this add-on. It's just like... But back to the skill-based matchmaking. The bigger issues with skill-based matchmaking in a lot of games isn't necessarily the idea of skill-based matchmaking. The idea of skill-based matchmaking, I think a lot of people can agree, is fine on its own. The problem is, one, determining what determines skill in a game. And also, like, just because your skill rating is high doesn't mean, one, you didn't get lucky, or two, you're just having a bad match. Like, statistically speaking, if there's 6 people on a team, the chances of one of them having a match where, like, their aim is really bad, or their mental is bad, or, like, their decision-making in general is bad, like, it's not, like, astronomically high, but it's there. And, like, skill-based matchmaking, like, let's say you win 40 matches in a row, and you're really tired on the last one because you played 40 matches in a row. Right? Well, then on that 41st match, if you're exhausted and, like, hungry, you haven't done anything, you're completely checked out, it doesn't matter how good the system thinks you are, or you've even shown the system that you are, you're going to have a bad match because of the exhaustion, because of the mental pressure, because you're hungry, etc., etc. That's just that, but, like, how does the skill-based matchmaking determine that? And then, you know, there's engagement-based matchmaking, obviously, but, like, engagement-based matchmaking is a different beast and a completely different topic. I remember the good old days when we just played single-player story games and everyone was happy. I don't. You know the difference between multiplayer now and back then? The difference was back then, if I beat my roommate or my friend at Smash Brothers, he could punch me. That's the difference. If I started yelling out slurs to somebody... Okay, let me rephrase that, because that makes it sound like I'm encouraging that. I'm just saying, though, if you trash talk someone back then, they were in the same room as you. That's the problem. For communicating poorly in video games? Well, what about people who just, like, are socially anxious, or... Man, like, people who just don't want to talk. What about them? Should they just be excluded completely? Like, single player fully? I mean, even then, if they think I'm going to that main on fucking Swamp, they are out of their fucking minds. Why didn't she dodge? Why did you not dodge? Are you... Also, almost every problem that just happened there was my fault, not theirs. Someone have a flashlight? Yes. Yes, they did. I probably should have checked that. Well, like, that's the thing with it. It's just, like, back in the day, again, like, no one cared that much. It wasn't just because single player. It was for a lot of reasons. Ah, thought I could shoot through the rock. Did she stay? I cannot believe that worked, if I'm 100% honest with you guys.
Goodbye.
Everyone played played Halo, and they were happy and unhungry. No, I got in some fights about Halo. I do not fully agree with that statement. I got in some fucking fights with Halo. I thought I heard someone on my right. Oof. Do you think? I can probably go through that, right? As I say, you seem like the type. Jane is still up there. I hear her. Ah, no! I hit it too far to the right. Well, you wasted half of your med kit for that, I would like to mention. Not even close, baby! Hey, you didn't body block her. I don't know why you didn't. Okay, they got Kate back up. They're all injured. We can just walk back over there real quick.
Do you feel that?
Okay, she insta-heals. That's fine. Where did the Jane go? Did the Jane bot go to a fucking pallet? That's insane. Oh, Fire Up probably did save me there. I didn't even think about it. I hear you over there.
Wait there.
Someone's here. You just got fucking sandbagged by that bot so hard. that was great. Fucking cinema.
Suffer.
Oh, she ran off this way. Everything about what just happened is fucking hilarious. Had no animes before? No? I'm sorry, what, Demi? What? What are we talking about? Wait, did they fix Springtrap's jump scare? I don't know. Did they? I didn't even know there was a problem with it, if I'm honest with you. What a match of Dead by Daylight. This bot is genuinely kind of playing like a normal player. That's kind of funny. She, like, went to a pallet when she was downed. She sandbagged her teammate. Woo! Okay, the decisive too. Oh, she thought I was gonna pick her up. Same. uh fucking I can type, I swear. See, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Nice people. Nice people. They're not upset they lost. I'm not upset with how the match went. Like, I think that was a pretty good back and forth. None of the gens got done, but still. We had a septic. We had a syringe that was kind of OP at that one moment. I waited out the dead hard, even though I didn't even know it was in play. Like, it worked out. It was great. I wish the night sparked more other than when traveling doors. I don't know. I think it would be really distracting. You gotta ride that line with, like, skins like that. Like, Especially in a game like this where you're in first person looking at the knight the whole time. You definitely got to ride that line of whether or not it's too distracting or not. Would it matter if there was negativity? I don't... What? No. They had a fun match. I had a fun match. That's it. Paid bot. I just saw the paid bot. Fucking sad. Not only did the Jade run in front of her so she couldn't get to the pallet, it dropped the pallet. Come on. Come on, man. Apart from microtransactions, I think gaming is in a good spot. I think we're in this weird spot where, like, I think we're still in, like, this transitional period of live service. And I think, like, if you asked me how gaming was, like, 5 years ago, I would have said it's still in an okay spot, but there's definitely some sour things. I think where we are now, things are... Because I don't think things ever got as bad as people were saying they were. It's just people weren't looking in the right spots. Now, you could argue that that is a problem in and of itself, that people weren't looking in the right spots, because it wasn't in the mainstream. So the real argument would be mainstream gaming was bad. And even with microtransactions, for the most part, I don't mind them. Like, it depends on the game, but, like... I don't know. Most games I'm fine with. Should DVD go free to play? I am in the agreement of yes. I genuinely think this game should go free to play. I really do. I understand why people don't want it to because of the cheaters. But, I mean, I feel like that's going to happen regardless. This game goes on sale all the time. You can buy it for like $5 at least once a month. I'm exaggerating, but, like, this game goes on sale enough to where I think it's fine if it goes free to play. Stay in your lane. Stay in your fucking lane. That's my job. You don't tell me how to do my job. I don't know, it's just like... Again, if the game is going to be treated how it is, as basically a free-to-play live service, I say just go whole hog and make it a free-to-play live service. The game needs better anti-cheat. I agree. I agree it does. I think most games need better anti-cheat. The problem is, the way to get better anti-cheat, most people don't want. You know what game has the best you know what two games have the best anti-cheat in the business? Valorant and League of Legends. But but there's a lot of people who won't even download those games because of how their anti-cheat works. Because it gets kernel level access. Now, some still slip through the cracks, but it's not that common. It's not that common. Siege had a cheater problem for a while, and I think it got worse once they went free to play. Doesn't Apex have a cheater problem too? Am I wrong with that? Okay, here. I don't know who this person is, but we're gonna watch this real quick because I'm curious what they have to say. I have no idea who this person is.
Cheating in Apex right now. I mean, it's not as bad as the season where 30% of people who hit Masters got manually banned, but I still run into weirdos from time to time. When the matchmaking is really bad, though, it's hard to tell because cheaters always rise to the top. So when I'm getting pred lobbies that have like 30 plats in them, I'm not going to run into as many cheaters as I normally would in more competitive seasons. How bad is cheating in Apex right now?
So even Apex technically has a cheater problem. At least it had one. It's just, it's inevitable. I don't know a game that has a good anti-cheat system that's free to play. It's just, other than, again, League of Legends and Valorant. And that's just because they have kernel level access, so you can't really cheat in those games. You still can, but you're going to get banned almost immediately. What's the vault build do? Okay, so the basic concept with this, so obviously Bamboozle makes you vault faster and blocks the window for 16 seconds. Superior Anatomy, when they vault within 12 meters of you, your next vault is 40% faster. Then it has a cooldown of 25 seconds. Fire Up gives you that 6% stackable buff every time Gen is done. And then Unbound, when you vault within 30 seconds of injuring someone, you get 7% haste for 10 seconds. Celebrate Poster, if they have an axe in them, everyone in range, including you, gets 12% haste, but also 20% vault speed. And then Paper Plate is just to keep Poster in them for longer. Basically, the idea here is you hit them with an axe, they vault a window, and you just run them down. That's basically the idea with this. It's really inconsistent because it really does depend on the map a lot, but it's a fun build. We are running low on posters, though. I need to start stocking up. I got P24 Springtrap. Let's go, chat. We're the angle and devil on Bennett's shoulders. I knew it. I knew it. My angle and my devil. Hi, Valentine. The angle and devil. Hang on. I got you. I got you. I got you. I don't have your profile pictures, but I'll make it work. Man, I miss Calc. Calc used to be such a good... I'm in a cute angle? There you go, there you go, there you go. Hang on, I got you, I got you. Hold up. Bennett committing to a joke he doesn't need to? Never. Never. Bennett never does that. Never. What? Bennett never does this. Ever. It never happens, chat. Ever. Never in a lifetime. Never does this happen. Why would Bennett do these things? Why would Bennett, like, overcommit to a joke that's already probably forgotten by the entire chat? Why would he do this? And why would he put so much effort into a dumb joke? Don't worry about it. Why would he do such a thing? Why would Bennett do that? There. There. Beautiful. Masterful. Why did I make this? Why do I do stuff like this? If I had y'all's PFPs, this would be funnier, but you know what? We'll deal with it. We're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. The angle. That's the next PNG. Yeah, it's just it's just me, but I have an angle and a devil on my shoulder. What new gym regression perk could behavior possibly make? I feel we're out of possible activation requirements to make a new one. There isn't a... Okay. Deadlock blocks when one is done. Eruption does it on a down after kicking. Ruin does it when they're not working on the gens and the hexes up. Merciless Storm blocks it if they miss a skill check. Overcharge progressively gets stronger and hits them with a higher one. Pop Goes the Weasel does it after a hook. Jagged Compass doesn't do it. I don't know why it's there. Pain Res does it on a hook. It just has to be a Scourge hook. Surge does it after a basic attack within range. And... yeah. So, we don't have one that does it after being picked up. There isn't one for, like, when you pick up a survivor, a gen loses progress or something like that. There's not any like that. That's really, like, the only thing. That or, like... There's no terror radius ones either, the more I think about it. The closest we have is, like, this is not happening. Or not this is not happening, I'm sorry. What is the... is it Unnerving Presence? Yeah. Yeah, there's not one for terror radius. And we don't talk about Undone. What do you want me to say about Undone? Like, genuinely. Miss skill checks, that's the requirement. Okay, moving on. So waiting for a killer invocation? We have a killer invocation. They're called hexes. When a survivor fully heals, a gen explodes. No. Fucking no. What? That's a worse design than Blast Mine. Come on. I don't know. Like, that's the only other condition I can think of is, like, either on pickup or something to do with you being in their terror radius. Like, what if we, like... Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Here's an idea for a perk. Hear me out on this. Hear me out. This might be terrible. This might be terrible. A terrible perk idea. Or we're just spitballing. We're just talking. Okay. Hear me out for a perk idea. After hooking a survivor, for the next 60 seconds, any gen not being worked on within your terror radius regresses by 100%. So make it like Ruin, but it's not a hex, and it only works in your terror radius. Would it be good? Probably not. Probably not. It would also have so much anti-synergy, but actually, no, it would have some really interesting synergy with, like, with, like, terror, like stealth killers. Could you imagine, so let's say Chucky had Pop and that perk that's unnamed. Think about it, think about it, think about it. Hooks a survivor, goes in a hidey-ho, runs up to a gen, hits it with Pop, and then goes out of hidey-ho. His terror radius is now on the gen. It loses, it regresses 100%. At the same time, it's currently... Actually, no, it would literally be the same thing. Never mind. A Hex or the Obsession is the only one who can work on a render gen. Legion map terror radius. Well, no, Legion has that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that would just be fuming mixtape. No, wait. Yeah, that would just be... Yeah. Repair progress on generators can be determined... Wait. Generators not being working on to regress. Yeah. Yeah, just turn this into a perk. Yeah, once you hook a survivor, for the next 60 seconds, any generator in your terror radius regresses. You would just make it 100%, so yeah. Whenever you break a pallet or break up a wall, any gens within 32 meters of it explode and instantly regress by 10%. I would make that... we would have to lower that number. 10% is a lot. Because what is Surge? Surge is 8%, and that's a down. You have to get a down with an M1 for that. Taking a pallet, I mean...
Going to enjoy this.
Also, like, you'd have to really be very careful with that range, because if that's Gideon, ain't no gens getting done on Gideon if you have that perk. You can't make it less than 5, though. You cannot make it less than 5. Or it could be a fun perk, Dracula's Exit Gate offering as a perk? It is a... Well, technically it's a perk. I guess Bloodwarden's the closest we have to it, I suppose.
Bloodbath begin.
The Bloodbath, not Bath, Both. Both, chat. It's a both. Whenever a killer breaks a wall, or a pallet or wall, they gain a token. When the next time they kick a generator, they lose all tokens, and the gen loses 3% progress per token. I don't mind that one. That actually sounds interesting and kind of fair. I feel like you would have to give it a max, obviously. Similar to Undone. Listen. Okay, listen. Undone is a bad perk. It is. And the only reason I complain about it having a max amount of tokens isn't because that is dumb. I complain about it having a max amount of tokens because of what you have to do to get the tokens. That's the reason I complain about it. We see something to shake up the meta, I'm not gonna lie. We do. We get something to shake the meta up all the time. It's just everyone hates it when it happens. Like... Franklin's Weave, everyone hated it, so it got nerfed. When Hexes became meta because of Thrill of the Hunt, it got nerfed. Buckle Up, it got nerfed. What was another, like, Survivor meta thing that happened? Goddamn, it didn't get nerfed. I think people just got bored of it. Remember when Vigil, Dramaturgy... Chemtrap and Fixated was a thing for a little bit there? It didn't get nerfed. I don't know why people stopped running it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just like, I don't know, like... I don't know. This, like... I think DVD's problem isn't that... Boons! There's a good one! Boons! Boons were meta. Technically, it was just Circle of Healing, but Boons were meta, and that got nerfed into the dirt to the point where I almost never see them. Finesse. It was Finesse? Okay, thank you. I knew what you meant by fitness. I knew. Yeah, it was Finesse, Dramaturgy, Chemtrap. I don't think it was Fixated. I think it was something else, but it was Chemtrap, Dramaturgy, Finesse. And then it just kind of slowly died out, and we don't really see it much anymore. It's weird. But yeah, it's like... And again, even on the killer side, it happened with Hexes. It doesn't happen nearly as much on killer side, but it happens. Franklin's Weave. All roads lead to Rome. Because again, like, okay, how do we switch up the killer meta? Well, we'd have to nerf all the gen regression. That's how you change the killer meta. You either nerf the gen regression so hard no one wants to run it and it's almost useless to run, or you buff all the chase perks that people also hate playing against. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Well, just nerf the gen speeds. Thing is, if you do that, then the gen regression perks become stronger inherently. So that doesn't change the killer meta, it just makes the killer meta stronger. So you're not changing anything. And you're like, well, people will feel less inclined to bring it. Will they, though? Will they? Because if it's still good, why wouldn't you? And you can't just nerf both, because if you nerf both, then, like, then we're in the same situation we were. And they're still good. Just by comparison of percentages. Unless, like, you nerf one so hard, and then the other one not enough, and then again, you're back in the same boat. Got any last-minute predictions for what from the PTB is added into live? I think they're just going to adjust how the Bloodlust thing works. I think they're going to lower the time survivors get off of hook. My best guess is they're going to lower it from 30 seconds to 15 seconds. I think they're going to... Because we know they have the technology for this. I think they're going to change the syringes to only work when you're not, like... when you don't have endurance or something. I might be putting too much faith into them for all of this, but... And as far as furtive chase goes... I hate to say it, guys, if the changes from PTB come the way they are, where it's still some form of Bloodlust after hook, furtive chase is not going to stay how it is in the game right now. It literally becomes pointless. It just does. The current version of furtive chase, if they keep the Bloodlust... Let's say they change the Bloodlust effect that killers get, and they change it from Bloodlust 1 to Bloodlust 2, right? Even if it's still just Bloodlust 1. Because Beast of Prey exists, which is so weird to say, furtive chase has no point. This perk has no purpose outside of changing your obsession. That's it. That is its only purpose if that happens. If they are committed to this whole Bloodlust idea when you hook somebody, then furtive chase has no purpose. It should be... It's next week, right? It's next week, right? Right? Is it next... No. It'll... Yeah, it is next week. Yeah, week 1, week 2, week 3. Yeah, it should be next week. It should be next Tuesday. What are the odds of Beast of Prey working on live? Very high. I would hope so. I don't see why they wouldn't. %50 healing progress on use. I think they could change Siptics to that. I wouldn't mind that on Siptics. I think that would be interesting. It destroys the medkit, but it does 50% like instantly. I'm cool with that, actually. Because that means, like, in theory, you could still use it in Chase, and it would be an instant heal, but you would have to set it up. Unless you're running, like, Resurgence after you're being hooked, but at that point, I don't mind it. But yeah, that's my point. Also, here's the yap session of the stream, I guess. But that's kind of my point, though, with it, is, like, I don't... There are ideas they've had, even in the last PTB, that even I hated, that I think that they're working with the right thing. I do think, and I will die on the hill, base kit Pop Goes the Weasel needs to be a thing. There needs to be a form of base kit regression. There needs to be a form of base kit regression. There just does. I will die on this hill. And I know the argument is, well, Pop Goes the Weasel makes the stronger killers stronger and the weaker killers can't use it as well. I agree with that 100%. That is a killer design problem, though, not a game design problem necessarily. I think base kit Pop Goes the Weasel is healthier than any other option they could add. Genuinely, I do. And as far as, like, the other hooking incentives, I like what they were trying to do with the Bloodlust change instead of the Haste change, because that means killers that use their power immediately after hook, like mobility killers, can't do it. The problem is that there are other killers that also use their powers after hook that don't get as much of a benefit. And the solution to that is what they did in the original PTB for the anti-tunnel stuff, is just make it so it affects other killers differently. That's also the solution to the pop change, which they also had in the original PTB. Just change the numbers, and I think it's fine. Like, but again, the problem with the whole, like, well, it makes the weaker killers weaker and the stronger killers stronger with stuff like base kit pop is that I think people are also looking at this like too binary, where it's like, okay, you got the S tier killers and you got everybody else. And I think that's the problem also Behavior is running into. Because, like, again, like, when we saw that list of killers, like, in the original PTB, we saw the, we saw, who was it? It was Ken Blight's, and Dracula? I don't remember if Hillbilly and Nurse were in that list. I don't remember what they were, but regardless, they got, and Krasu, they all got less of a bonus from the hook system. But there were a few killers missing from that people were really confused by. Singularity wasn't in that list. I think he was the big one everyone was saying. Vecna wasn't in that list. Do you think some form of base kit pain res would be too much? It depends. If it's a Scourge hook, no. If it's like any hook, any fresh hook, it also depends on the numbers. Because what's current pain res numbers? Is it 12%? 20. 20% progress? Because at the current moment, because of how it works, it's 4. You get 4 uses of this. So that's 80% gen progress as long as you get all 4 hooks. If it was only Scourge hooks and it wasn't tokens or whatever, maybe it would be fine, but at the same time, it runs into the same issue Pop does. That's the issue. No matter what change you make to the killer side, the stronger killers will make better use of it. There is no getting around that. There's just none. It will always happen no matter what. There is no getting around it. Frank Stone was also missing. Hey, gotta check her out of me. It made me smile. That's enough. But it's like, I don't know genuinely what, like, the actual solution is. Other than, like, obviously buffing the killers individually. And I think Behavior was on the right track of that whole, like, these killers get less of a benefit. I just think they needed more tiers of it. I think there should have been, at the very least, 3 tiers of it. And the top ends like Ken and Dracula, Hillbilly, Nurse, they should just get nothing for fresh hooks. The problem with that is that then they can just tunnel and still be fine. Because there's no incentive for them not to tunnel. So then you're like, okay, well then we punish them for doing it, but if we punish them, we have to punish all the other killers. Unless we make the punishments individual to the killers. And if you do that, then people will complain. Because again, we don't want to punish killers for playing the game or doing their objective. You see why all this is complicated? There's like 7 moving parts that can't intertwine with each other, but also like have very specific scenarios. It's just like the 6 hook system for the for like when someone dies. that inversely affects Pig, Pyramid Head, Pinhead, or Pig, Pyramid Head, and Sadako. Right? Mostly Sadako and Pig. And then the other changes inversely affected Trapper. I guess the balance should be reworking a majority of the killers. The problem with that... There's a problem with that, too. Then we get Myers. Then we get Myers. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Myers is in a good spot. Myers is in a good spot right now. I actually genuinely think he is. Same with Freddy. Freddy's the exception because I think his rework was good. The problem with Myers is that now he's not Myers. He is, in name, but similar to the complaints people have about Springtrap, this isn't Michael Myers. Yeah, that's my favorite part of the first Halloween movie, the slaughtering strike. Like, how many times have you heard that joke? And people also complain that we don't have enough variety in DBD. It's either dash killers or projectile killers. Just the dash flop? So we make those killers worse. Also, we make some of the most popular killers in the game worse. Unless by rework you mean just like, I don't know what you do. Like, what? Like, how do you rework Ken without him being dash slop? Like, let's say we remove the auto hit. We remove him being able to vault over pallets. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Then people just play vegan Ken like I do. And he's still dash slop. It's just like... I don't fully know what we can do unless we just individually go through every single killer and give them specific buffs and changes to make them on par. But the problem with that is that there are some killers I feel like you just can't do that with because it's too volatile. I think a good example of this is Deathslinger. This is a very good example of a killer I would be scared to actually buff. Do I think Deathslinger needs some love? I genuinely do. The problem with Slinger is that if you fix his main problem, which is he has no map pressure, and all of his power budget is in his chase, similar to Chucky, is that if you do that, then he becomes oppressive in chase and really good at map pressure, and now he's just one of the best killers in the game. That's the issue. It's such a fine line to try and walk. It really genuinely is. No, I used to be against Hag 115. I've been convinced. I actually do think Hag should be 115. I used to think she should just get a longer, like lunge when she teleports, but 115 literally does that for you. And you don't have to, like, code it so it's only after she teleports. I am down with that. I think Hag should be 115. I understand why they made her 110. I 100% understand it. Especially from the era she was made, it makes sense. Especially if they wanted to encourage you to use your traps. But I think making her 115 solves a lot of her problems. I think making Slinger 115 is a bit more divisive, but I can also see it. I still think you should be able to. I don't understand why you can't see scratch marks in Feral. I'm with Tataru on that. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. Similar to like Springtrap and how he works. I've thought about it. I don't think it would be a bad idea. Maybe this is just being me. I don't understand how it would work logistically speaking because he still has all of the weight there. Because the only thing he's really loading is he's not reloading a spear. He's adding gunpowder and pulling and like cocking it. He's not like actually reloading it. Chucky should not be 115. If there is a killer that should be 110, Chucky's one of them. I will die on this hill. Chucky should be 110 no matter what. I have tested this multiple times. 115 Chucky is bullshit. If she pulled her hatchet, considering she can, in theory, I need to make this very clear, considering in theory she can hit you from basically anywhere on the map, no. I don't think she should be 115. And before someone says it, what about Artist? Artist is different because she has to hit you twice. Same with Unknown. He has to hit you twice, so him being 115 makes sense. To be fair, the more I think about it, I do think Deathslinger either having his terror radius lowered back down to 24 meters. Especially, you know what? Actually, I think they could bring him back to 24 terror radius. You know why? I didn't even think about this till just now. Because Monitor was reworked. They could totally do it. Wait, how have you supposed to 115 Chucky? Okay, let me rephrase that. So there's no real way to well, okay, there is. You can mod the game. You just run any haste build that gives you 5% movement speed. Believe me, you don't want 115 Chucky. You don't. You think you do. You really think you do. But you just don't. Because at a lot of loops, he would end up being 117 because of it, and it doesn't seem like much. 2% extra doesn't seem like that much, but it matters. It matters. On top of his third-person camera, you don't want it. You like, it sounds like a good idea, he just doesn't need it. As far as his 32-meter terror radius, that's just because of how small he is, but he has add-ons and builds for that, so I think it's fine. Even in my concept I made, like, 3 years ago, before Chucky was released, even I said he should be 115 because of, or 110 because of his size. But by 0.02 meters a second. The only reason I wouldn't want that is because that would be annoying. Not like to play against, just annoying to understand. Yeah, this killer is 115 point... This killer is 115.2. I don't even know how the percentages work, actually. This killer moves at 4.6.2 meters a second. You know what I mean? Like for consistency's sake, I wouldn't want that. For the Grimoire to return in a couple weeks? So I think a lot of people are. Like they did last time. That could be interesting. I think making part of Brutal Strength base kit again could be interesting. I think that could help. And if they do, like, honestly, if they just do what they did to Ken to a lot of other killers, I think that solves the problem right there. That fixes a lot of issues the more I think about it, actually. I actually don't hate that idea at all. 4.6. Oh, I'm stupid. No, I'm just stupid. I'm sorry. No, Darth, you're good. I just can't do math. I apologize. Chuckles should be 0%. Duck that rude ducking doll. Rude fucking doll, man. I can cuss. It's my stream. You hear that, YouTube? You hear me? I said fuck. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know. That change they did to Ken for, like, his power, like, he can't immediately use his power after kicking a pallet. I still think they should do that to Blight. I still think they should do that to Wesker. I still think they should maybe do that to Kursu. Kursu's a weird case because she has to transform, so I don't really 100% agree with it. Vecna's another weird one because you can't damage with Fly only after it's done, so I don't know if they should do it to him. Hillbilly's another weird one. Like, would it be fine if, like, Hillbilly kicked a pallet and he couldn't use his chainsaw for a couple seconds? No, it's not even that I suck at math. It's that I was, like, conflating the two as two separate fucking numbers for some reason. I don't know. Again, this is the problem with DBD, and it really, realistically speaking, every video game on the market with a bunch of characters. It comes down to, do you balance the characters around the game individually, or do you balance the game around the characters that exist? And I think the former is obviously the better option, but it's also the harder one. It's just like, I don't know. Chad, how long was that rant? How long was that? How long was that? Don't need a nerf. I could see the argument for Wesker. I do think Hillbilly might, or I don't think Hillbilly needs it, but I think for consistency's sake. I think if you're able to damage someone with your dash after kicking a pallet, it should go on cooldown. That would include Chucky. Chucky's different because he would be able to slice and dice and scamper the pallet, so he has a way around it. That's my other problem with a lot of changes people suggest. I would rather have consistency over anything else. It's like the light burn mechanic. It's like, oh, we should get rid of it for Wraith. Yeah, so if we're getting rid of it for Wraith, we should get rid of it for every killer. Because it's dumb. It's a dumb mechanic. The only killer who still has it is Nemesis for some reason. Because it's zombies need counterplay, but only if you happen to bring in an item that no one really brings that much because it's not that good. So, like... see the problem? That's the other thing too, Dartho. That's the problem with especially changing killers, is that I don't think every nerf or buff we give to a character in this game needs a compensation. I just don't. We see this all the time. It's like, oh, well, you nerf this, so you should probably buff this on that. It's like, okay, so they're just going to be in the same spot they were then. Wesker's the weird exception because he's been power crept a little bit. But at the same time, again, I feel like if a killer has the ability to damage you with a dash after breaking a pallet, that they should, like, not be able to use their power for, like, a couple seconds. You could make it less severe for Wesker. Make it, like, 2 seconds instead of... I don't even know how long it is for Ken, the more I think about it. I don't have anything to drink, chat. My voice is going to be fucking killing me. Again, it's such a weird thing because, again, also for me, it comes down to consistency. It's like, if it affects this one dash killer, why doesn't it affect this other one? Oh, because they're not as strong. Yeah, but they're still a dash killer. It's the same thing with the range killer thing. It's like, okay, well, Huntress is a range killer, so that makes her 110. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. Deathslinger is also a range killer, so he's 110. All right, gotcha. Gotcha. Springtrap is a range killer, so he's 110, but when he throws his axe, it's 115. A little weird, but cool. Cool. This is Trickster. He's 115 for some reason. Why? Because he has to hit you with more than one knife? That's why he's 115? Like, I get it. It's technically a buff, and it technically, like, I get it, but, like, from a consistency standpoint, it makes absolutely no sense. It's the same thing with the terror radius thing. I do think I am cool with, like, more individual terror radius stuff they've been doing, right? I'm fine with, like, some killers going down to 24 and some going up to 40. I'm fine with that. But the consistency and the reason, to me, is more important. It's like, again, why is Kin 40 meters? Well, because he has a dash. That's why Wesker is 40 meters. That's why Hillbilly is 40 meters. Okay. Why is this killer 20? Well, he's a 24 meter. Or Chucky. Why is Chucky 32 meters, even though he's 110? Well, because because Chucky not only does he have a dash, he's also very small, so he's hard to see. So that's to compensate for that. So, like, you could argue that goes against my consistency argument. But at the same time, I love Celebrate Poster. Man, it messes people up. Wow, she didn't even try. Wow. Wow, Ada. Wow.
Your struggle will end soon.
Wow, Ada, you showed up to the party and we're like, nah, I forgot the booze. I know it's BYOB, but, you know, sometimes you don't feel like bringing it. That's fine by me. You dodge that. So that means I get closer. That was good. Damn, dude. You know, sometimes I do think Springtrap's axe is a little too easy to dodge. Also, I played that really dumbly. I really should have just thrown my axe to get the 115. I was gonna say, someone better come for the Ada. She's about to hit second stage, guys. I got 2 people over here. I got no reason to leave. Oh. Ditch the knives. What? No. God, no. The knives are Trickster. That is Trickster.
You will see.
Who dropped this? When did they drop these? What the fuck? Good dodge. Chat, when did those pallets drop? Did you guys hear the notifications? I didn't. Well, I think there was also this idea to, like, have him have, like, a combo system and, like, all of these other things. I still think the Ricochet should be part of the base kit somehow. Again, maybe that's just me being me, but I genuinely think that should be part of the base kit somehow. I got that too. Yeah, you seem like the type to have dead hard. That makes sense. When did they drop these pallets? I'm genuinely concerned now. Okay, no one else is on this one. Are they maybe back in the main? Yep. Excuse me while I take my little elevator. That's not a ricochet, that's a flop. I mean, fair enough. Okay, Nia, we're gonna go all the way over here. We're gonna go all the way over here. As far from the gens as possible. Or the doors, as possible. And we're gonna see if Kate is brave or not. Do you think that Kate is brave? She might be a little brave. Who knows? We're all a little brave sometimes. She wasn't very brave. Alright. Fair enough. I still do not know when these pallets got dropped. All of them. Who dropped them and when? We all go a little mad sometimes. Grisou doesn't do damage. She doesn't, but I'm still... And I know there's a little bit of auto-aim with it, but it still feels fucking cool when you land a hit. I'm just saying. We all go a little insane. Just a tiny, tiny bit insane. Oh, the Rebecca did have Dead Hard. I was actually smart to wait it out. Wow, it's just like when I first started playing Dead by Daylight. I just assume everyone has Dead Hard. Tends to work out. I don't even know when they dropped all those pallets. That's the thing.
Who will suffer first?
I don't think it mattered as much. Again, the bigger problem, and we did win the match, mostly because I hooked the Ada in a good spot, and I was able to, because they missed the flashlight save, maybe because of fire up, because 2 gens did go off. So the pickup speed might have saved me from that. I hooked the Ada in a good spot. I was able to chase down the flashlight saver, put her on a hook next to him, and, you know, do a bit of camping there, prox camping there. But before that, the reason that chase lasted so long is because I was just being stubborn. I should have just thrown the axe to be 115. I shouldn't have been trying to go for a hit. I think that's something I really need to emphasize to people with, like, especially on Haddonfield with Springtrap. If you're at a car loop, especially if the pallet is still up, just throw your axe. Try to hit them. If you miss, leave it and just 115 run them down. That's all you can really do. You can go for an orbital. That is true. But for the most part, it's just not worth it. Unless you back up super hard and they just don't move, I guess. My best guess for next year? Probably Grisou, Trickster, probably Trickster and Artist, if I'm honest with you. I think we're still... I don't think we're getting the Twins one for a while, just because of Victor. Just because of Victor, I don't think we're getting the Twins one for a while. I just have to do one more 2v8 quest in 2 more days, chat. Let's fucking go. Ugh. I am almost out of Celebrate posters. I have to stop using Celebrate poster. I'm gonna run out. No. No! My favorite add-on, no! We'll see. I mean, he's not in 2v8 yet, so we'll see. Oh, right, Skull Merchant. Yeah, right. I forgot she existed for a second. Yeah, Skull Merchant's definitely up there as an option. I don't think we're going to get a night one or a singularity one for a while. As far as license killers go, I mean, Chucky has one, Springtrap has one, Xeno has one. Wesker has one. Like, a lot of the more recent licenses have gotten one. Kin might get one. I don't know how likely that is. I don't know how, like, strict the Tokyo Ghoul licensors are. Dredge is also possible, for sure. Also, how far am I in the Brick Pass? Oh, damn. Oh, and I have over 2 months to finish it. Alright. Fair enough. Well, chat. I think I'm going to call it there. Dracula and Kin. I think Dracula is really likely, considering Pyramid has one. I think it's really likely. I'm more surprised we didn't get one this year, if I'm honest with you. But yeah. We're going to call it there, chat. We will, and I promise this time. I know I say it every week, but I promise. I've committed. I made sure I'm completely free tomorrow. We will be doing an early stream tomorrow and be going for much, much, much longer than normal. Okay? I will probably be starting at like 6 p.m. instead of fucking 11. Or midnight, or whatever the fuck. Because I really want to get this done this week. Okay? The only reason I'm ending now is because I want to end at 3 because Hazbin Hotel comes out. And, I want to get some sleep for tomorrow as well. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. It's always fun. I know we have our disagreements. Is it Morrow, whoever was in here earlier talking about uninstalling the game? Don't worry about being being too negative in chat. It was perfectly fine. You didn't start any fights or anything. That's fine. If you need to vent in chat, that's perfectly okay. People do it all the time. I do it all the time. As long as you're not fucking rude about it, I really don't care. But